All right, this is game two. Yes. Game one saw. Coop. Cooper's Zerg again. I mean, that's pretty harsh. Yeah. It does the decent thing. Maybe he did that in the last game. That is a thing that people that play random quite often will just tell their opponent. Personally, I don't necessarily tell if I'm playing on ladder as random. Um, but if the other player asks, if they ask Riss, I will tell them because I'm not playing. In general, you don't play random for to get some kind of edge. It's not really about that. You're not playing random to keep your opponent guessing. You're playing random just to mix it up, really, because you don't mind which Riss you're going to be. So it's fair enough that the other person knows what race they're playing against. I mean, you could argue that, no, I'm not going to tell you, I'm going to keep it really sneaky. But I don't know. I feel like that's just being a bit mean. Maybe if you were playing for money, but we're not. We're playing in the EMS league. I don't know what this worker's up to. Is this going to be like a proxy factory build or something like that? I would like to see that. That is actually a pretty cool build, proxy factory. Get Widow Mines out super early, and they don't have to walk across the map, and they hook up with some early marine pressure. But we might not even get that far. KuperMeister's coming out with a bunch of links. There is a top of the small ramp wall off here, but Lizard opened walling off the back ramp, and so there's a gap. This worker needs to plug the gap straight away. But of course, if you're Lizard, you don't know this is coming until now, and he's not going to get the gap plugged. These Marines are in a perfect position, tucked in there. I would leave at least one of the Marines tucked in there because the Lings can't get to it. So now's the time, Lizard. Finish this wall, because if there's more Lings coming, what are you going to do? So, idle workers standing about, finish the wall, finish it fast. Yeah, please build something in there. Look, oh lordy. No, surely these don't get in. Surely Lizard doesn't leave the door open. Does he? Does he leave? He does! The Lings are in! That's an unstoppable amount of Lings. Look at the army supply, that's 20 Lings. It's not even, it's 27 Lings. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. No, Lizard. Walling off the wrong ramp. We've seen quite a lot of that in this on this map. But after the first set of Lings coming in, not finishing the wall, I'm not sure. Siege tank would have been awesome, because the siege tank can come out, but only if there's a wall, because then the Lings can only get to here and the siege tank obliterates them. Once the Lings are in, siege tank isn't really what you're after. Typically, if you are playing Terran, you think your opponent is likely to have a lot of Lings. Hellions are awesome against Lings because they do splash damage. So they, a handful of Hellions toast Lings trade so inefficiently against Hellions, it's painful. Really, really good. So that's probably what to go for. Typically, sort of pro level TVZ, you'll see Terran players go sort of gas while the Rax is building, or possibly even drop the gas first to have enough to get a Reaper out. So you get the Reaper across the map good and early so that you can tell if there's Lings coming. You build a reactor on the barracks. When the reactor finishes, you swap the factory that you've started building as well, by the way. You swap the factory onto the reactor so that you can build Hellions two at a time. And then you stay busy on the map with 4 Hellions, 1 Reaper. And that can really slow down any Lings coming out, because the Hellions are fast. They can kite the Lings, so can the Reaper. So you're just kiting back, shooting, and the Lings will line up chasing the Hellions and just get toasted. So they'll never even get as far as your base. But you do have to be reasonably active on the map for that to work, and that's where the Reaper comes in. It's able to jump up and down cliffs. It's quick. It can escape stuff. So you just keep diving in with the Reaper, keeping an eye on what's happening. And if the Lings are coming, you go out to meet them with the Hellions. Make sure you don't get surrounded. And you gradually pull your Hellions back, kiting, shooting, pulling back until eventually the Hellions are on your own ramp. and by then, like, the Lings are essentially dead. If the Zerg is still pushing at that point, then they need to go and take a long, hard look at themselves. Anyway, is KuperMeister Zerg twice, Coops. Nice. That goes to unlucky Lizard. That was a bit hot. That's happened twice now that we've had players that have played previously sort of pulling their race in random. Oh well, GG.